to the Computer Outloot Radio Talk Show. Sharon, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
So tell me, how was last night?
Last night, Pepcom's event was amazing.
No signs of a recession, huh? It was
Absolutely
big, wasn't it?
not. It was humongous. John, I want to say it was 4 to 6 times bigger than last year, room-wise, which was good.
They
Last
do a
year's
good
room
job.
was a little
They do a
packed.
class act there.
But yeah,
They do a
it was
class act.
tons of people.
We're here in the North Hall of the Las Vegas Convention Center, and we're in booth 131, Suite B. If anybody's out there that's going to be stopping around, stop in and say hello to us. We'll be here today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yep.
And we had a blast. We just did Storage Vision. That was a good show, wasn't it?
Yes, that was a blast.
Let's get on to some business here, Sharon.
You betcha.
With me is my friend, my real good friend, Mr. Michael. Sega, how you doing? Vice President of Communication.
Good.
How you doing?
Good. Happy New Year.
That's a side joke, everybody. I'm not going to tell you it, though. And Louis Canacero?
Canacero, yeah.
Canacero. How you doing?
Good, John. Thanks for
And
having
you're
me.
the Technology Resource Group
Yep.
Senior Technology Manager.
Yeah. We get to play with toys at Kingston.
Wow. What are you going to do to get that job?
No,
Work for
Mike.
me.
Yeah. Or Toby, one of the two. Yeah.
What's happening, Michael?
We're happy to be here at
How was
CES.
Pepcom last night?
Pepcom was awesome.
Really?
But it's always good with
Yeah.
those guys. But it was very crowded. It was supposed to be from 7 to 10, and we actually didn't get out of the hall until about 11. I think the last guy we talked to
Wow.
was about 10 till 11. So
Wow.
Yeah, they could have easily done 2 more hours.
Yep.
You got a pretty
Started
full
2 hours
schedule,
earlier.
don't you?
Yes.
A lot of people coming to see you, aren't they? Wow.
That's great.
Oh, of course it's great. You got great product. Why shouldn't anyone want to come and see you?
We try.
Let's talk about what you have over there, Louis. That's a new toy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we've got our SSD now. And so about a year ago, actually, at CES last year, Kingston launched our SSD series.
Right.
And so this is our SSD now V+. It's the refresh, so we're doing a new version of it. Starts off at 64 gig all the way up to 512 gig.
Really?
For speeds and feeds, they're looking at 220 megabyte per second sequential read and 180 megabyte sequential write. If you compare that against a typical notebook drive, we're about 4 or 5x faster. So faster boot times, faster application loading.
Louis, everybody's high, and
Mike on
I've
it.
had several conversations. Do you really see the difference in the speed?
Yeah, you really do. It's like a processor upgrade. I mean, we've talked about, even to this point where we're really not talking about this as a storage solution, it's a performance upgrade. I mean, you've known Kingston for years. We've had processor upgrades. We sold modems, network cards, all kinds of stuff. We're in the upgrade business, and I think the SSDs fit really nicely in with that.
Michael, what about the rest of it, the green like your shirt? Is it working? I mean, do you really save power with them?
Yes. Absolutely.
Why? Because there's no moving parts?
No moving parts.
Cooling is not as difficult?
That's right.
Which
Well,
means
there's no
no cooling at all, right?
That's right. That's right. They're very good products.
Now,
and
you
they're
told
very,
me the
very
last time
durable.
you and I spoke that you did a modification and upgrade yourself. And you said, John, you could do this. That's daring.
You could certainly do it.
We
If I
don't
can do
have
it,
a
you
whole
could.
bunch of time to do it today, but can you walk us
Here,
through a little?
essentially, on this system, I've already kind of started it up. So I've put the SSD in my notebook, and I have the original hard drive sitting out here on the external enclosure. This is part of our bundle kit. So
Oh, good. I need that battery. Don't leave with me.
Okay, right. So when you buy this from us, when you buy the bundle version, you get cloning software. You get this external enclosure to put your hard drive.
Cloning software, in other words, we're making a mirror image of what you have.
That's exactly what
Okay.
we're doing. Yeah, you don't have to reinstall.
So we're talking applications,
Applications, OS.
Drivers?
Everything.
Really?
Drivers. It is
software, pictures, music, everything?
everything. You don't have to reinstall. You don't have to go looking for those CDs or anything. Plus, what we're seeing is a lot of the OEM systems now, you don't get CDs anymore. Pretty much everything's shipped on a recovery partition on the drive. That recovery partition also gets cloned. So it's a really nice piece of software.
Okay.
So if you've got that, kind of started it right here and just basically booted it already. We're going to go to clone disk. That's really simple. We click next. It's going to take a look at those partitions. We suggest that you
Do me a
go
favor.
into-
If you can, turn that around so I can get
Oh,
on
yeah,
this
yeah.
camera over
Okay.
here. I don't think we're going to get that one over your shoulder.
Okay, all right. So if you take a look here, we're in automatic, and we're going to click next at this point. And then you see the 2 drives. The 80 gig is the original drive that I had, the original
Right.
hard drive. And then here's our new one, the 128 gig. It formats to 119. So basically the OS, the cloning software has already kind of figured out what you want to do. And I'm going to click next.
Mike, while he's doing that, let me ask you a question. When you use the cloning software, can you go through it and pick what you want to save and not save some other stuff? Because there's no point in cloning some stuff you know might be a little bit bad. You know, like Does it give you that availability?
Yeah, unfortunately, no. It's basically just gonna. It doesn't really look at files. It just looks at the partitions on the drive and moves those partitions over.
Okay.
So it's really that.
So what you got is coming.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when it gets over here, that's what we do to clean up.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
Yep. Yeah. And so at this point,
It's got to be fast.
well, it's already started. Yeah. Yeah. And so it'll tell us. Wait, hang on one second.
Pretty neat, huh?
So go to clone disk. Let's just kind of start that over again. Hang on one second. And we'll go to automatic. And so we're choosing our drives at this point. So here is, that's where our clone drive is, or that's the hard drive. This is in the external enclosure.
So that's the drive that's in the USB port.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the source.
Okay.
I've already installed the SSD in the laptop because after I get done, I'm going to want it in there anyway, so might as well do it to begin with. We click next again. And I get this message about deleting the partitions on the hard disk. It's basically saying the hard disk I have, the SSD I had on here, I'd already used to clone once before. So yes, I want to delete the partitions on the destination disk. I've done this just because this is an SSD I've done before. It asked me, okay, are we ready? And
Mike, how are the sales on this going?
We're doing pretty well with it. I mean, considering that we've only been in the market for 1 year, we're having a lot of success with it.
Really? What are people saying? You get any feedback from people?
They love this product. It's the notion of, like, I'll give you a good example. If I'd have known that we were going to come out with this boot accelerator drive concept 6 months ago, I would not have thrown away this old compact machine that I had that I still used all the time, but it was
Really?
only 1 gigabyte. And so there I would have increased my storage by 29 gigabytes, and I would have had a much faster machine. Instead, I wound up getting rid of it, buying a new machine, and so this is a very good way to increase
So,
the performance.
given the conditions that we're living in today, people really need to make that hard decision. Do I really need to get rid of the machine? Maybe not.
No.
Maybe if I throw SSD in there, I'm going to see the improvement. Plus, while they're doing that, they can take a look at their memory, go to your site. You got that memory finder there.
Right.
And do the whole upgrade right from Kingston.
That's right.
Cool. We like that.
We do too.
One-stop shopping. Nice stuff, huh?
Yeah, and I love the idea that you put it in the machine before you do the transfer.
Right. Yeah.
That's just, then you don't have to, because I'm sure a lot of people would be nervous, like, oh my God, all my stuff is on here. Now I don't want to touch it. I don't want to handle it. Yeah.
Don't jinx me now.
Well, plus with this, you're not getting rid of anything. You're keeping your original drive and still
Right.
making use of that. So it's
Now,
a good all-around
we got the
product.
original drive that's going to come out. It's going to go into your USB port.
It already is, actually.
It's in
yeah,
there
the hard
now?
drive's in there now. And so afterwards...
Okay,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, afterwards, if you want, you've got a backup, but, later on, if you feel confident, your SSD, the data's very secure, there's no moving parts, drive's not going to break down. You could format your old hard drive and use it for external storage now, essentially. So you've got 80 gigs, or in this case, 80 gigs. If you had a 250 gig drive, you've got 250 gig external USB drive now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very, very
Or
nice.
that can be your backup.
Exactly. Right,
So-
right. Yeah.
Yeah, just put it on the shelf, right?
Yep.
Yep, yep,
Keep
yep.
on doing it.
Yeah.
Backing it up. Doing a mirror image of it. Wow. What's the price point like on this, Mike? Do we know?
I need to get back to you on that because it's
It's
basically
too new?
This particular one is new.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, because I know I'm going to get a lot of questions on it. So let's give people an idea what it's going to cost them. I don't know. Knowing Kingston, it's not going to be outrageous.
No, we're
gonna
trying.
be-
One of the things that we're really trying to do is make sure that we're as price competitive as possible.
Well, you
because
are
that's
on
one of the
everything.
problems with SSDs is that they're kind of pricey, and we're trying
Yeah, but
to
you
push the price
guys
down.
are basically out in the lead here. You're setting the standards, aren't you?
We're trying to.
Yeah, I think you are, because not very many people are playing this game. They're playing them big on the enterprise level, but not here.